Welcome back. In today's video, let's predict the latest plot of 2 Eastenders spoilers. 1. Finlay's terror that someone is trying to murder him, and he discovers who. And 2. Eastenders spoilers. Bobby launches mission to track down Ian amid Rocky's Angie Watts confusion. 1. Finlay Baker's life is about to get a whole lot darker as he discovers an Eastenders character had plans to put him in serious danger. Finlay is the brother of Felix and nephew of Mitch. He made his arrival after learning his dad was in hospital and has lived in Albert Square ever since his death. The character currently runs a stall on the market and so far, aside from some relationship drama, hasn't really seen his fair share of what Walford has to offer, and we're talking your fires, explosions, murders, not an offer in the minute mart or getting into an argument with someone in the pub. In upcoming episodes, Keanu discovers that Finlay's car has been deliberately damaged. Thrown by the fact someone wanted to hurt him, Finlay finds Vinny's necklace under the vehicle. Before you ask, no, Vinny hasn't developed a sudden hatred for this character. He attempts to sabotage Finlay's car at the start of the week due to the fact that he knows Eve is planning on driving it to Brighton. Vinny tries to hurt Eve because he now knows about her affair with Suki. Fortunately, Suki works out what Vinny is up to before Eve is hurt, but how will this impact Finlay? Is he making a mistake by potentially confronting Vinny and messing with the Panasar family? 2. Eastenders spoilers. Bobby launches mission to track down Ian amid Rocky's Angie Watts confusion. Kathy Beale has decided that she wants son Ian Beale at her wedding in Eastenders, and what Kathy wants, Kathy gets. Determined to please his bride-to-be, Rocky agrees to track down missing Ian in order to invite him to their summer wedding, much to the dismay of several Walford residents. Ian caused quite a stir before he abruptly left Albert Square in 2021, after Sharon Watts had second thoughts about her plan to murder him. Since then, he has been untraceable, briefly making an appearance at Dot Cotton's funeral without the other residents knowing. As Rocky prepares to begin his search, he seeks guidance from George Knight and Martin Fowler. While Martin warns that it won't be the happiest day of Rocky's life if Ian shows his face, George warns that if Ian doesn't want to be found, then Rocky is facing an impossible task. Despite their warnings, Rocky sets about trying to track him down, but soon reaches a dead end. It isn't long before he's asking for backup in the form of Bobby Beale, who is horrified to learn that Rocky is trying to contact his dad. Rocky explains that he has been going through Kathy's address book, but that, because it's over 20 years old, half of the people in it are dead. As he flicks through the book, he asks who Angie is, leaving fans of classic Eastenders no doubt screaming at the telly. He is of course referring to Angie Watts, original landlady of the Queen Vic and Kathy's best friend. During her stint on the show, Angie had a fiery relationship with Den Watts and battled alcoholism, before ultimately moving away from Walford, leaving daughter Sharon behind. In 2002, Angie died off-screen of cirrhosis of the liver after her years of heavy drinking. Angie's wasn't the only number Rocky tried, as he also mentioned attempting to call Kathy's brother, Ted Hills, her nephew, Tony Hills, and her niece, Michelle Fowler. He also mentioned spending a fortune calling Kenny and Liz Beale in New Zealand, the brother and niece of Kathy's first husband, Pete Beale. Despite all his efforts, Rocky had been unable to find anyone who had heard from Ian, which is where Bobby would come in. Rocky asked the youngster if he could use his knowledge of social media to try and track down his father, emphasizing how much it would mean to Kathy to have him at the wedding. Reluctantly, Bobby agreed, and the pair began their mission to bring Ian home. With Ian set to return to the square in the coming months, will their mission prove successful, or will something else draw him back to the East End?
Vừa rồi các bạn đã theo dõi một sản phẩm của UK Spoiler. Chúng tôi đã tiết lộ những tình tiết mới nhất của bộ phim Eastenders sẽ xảy ra trong tuần tiếp theo. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại các bạn ở video tiếp theo. Ngoài ra trên kênh của chúng tôi cũng có các video về các bộ phim như Eastenders, Hollyoaks cũng như Coronation.